I do like that t-shirt you're wearing too. We got to talk about that a bit later on. That's a super cool shirt. Where'd you
Right.
get that?
Culture Kings.
Oh, Culture Kings.
I think it's a guy's shirt, but I don't care.
All right, so it says that we're live, so that's the good news. I'm just going to make sure. Do you want to share this to your
Mhm.
page while you're doing that?
Yep.
I'm sure that Shane won't know how to do that.
Yeah,
But
do you want to give that a crack?
oh wow. Oh well.
We'll
Kids,
try.
kids, Shane.
Technology.
Who needs them? It is an absolutely beautiful night. The weather is fantastic. I need to just find out who's tuned in. Let us know if you're watching so we can make sure we know that everyone can hear us okay because Daniel Gregorini is doing fire ups. Oh, Bree Edwards is tuned in. Who would have thought? Steve Petraskowicz. I probably got that wrong. Brett Laws, Brett O'Connor is tuned in. Hopefully, everybody can hear us okay. Welcome to the deep end on Thursday night of the Nitros of the point at the logo now, please, young lady. Gulf Western Oil Nitro Champs. And this is going to be one of the biggest, I think, in NDRC history. I feel like tomorrow and Saturday and Sunday is going to be off its chops. Now, before we get too much further into this, 8:50 a.m. tomorrow morning, the Cash Cow is going to meet Ronnie Palumbo, Lisa Gregorini, and Brody Zappia, and Natalie Barr and Matt Shervington are going to strap into door slammers and be part of the fire up. So that is going to be super cool. So sunrise, 8:50 a.m. Sholiv, incidentally, good to see you, Shane Olive and Britney Olive, everybody. Round of applause. Um, you know what a huge opportunity this is for us for the sport, Shane, to be on Sunrise with millions of TV viewers tomorrow morning.
It helps. It's great for the sport. Yeah, it's our sport seems to be heading in the right direction. We've got obviously look at the amount of door slammer cars we have in the field this weekend. So yeah, it'll be good to have Sunrise out here.
Absolutely. Well, we're going to be in the city. So we're actually going to the Channel 7 studios with the cars parked out the front. And the funny thing is, Home and Away is filming there as well. So what I'm really hoping is that Alf walks out at some point and goes, "Shut up, you flaming mongrels." That'd break the internet.
One could only hope.
Yeah. So it's the Gulf Western Oil Nitro Champs, everybody, and 6 fuel cars, 5 Nitro Funny cars, 17 door slammers. And the great news is that just last night and just this afternoon, it all got processed. Brody Davies has basically licensed now.
Oh,
That's
congrats.
awesome.
It's a sweet looking hot rod too, the Pennywise car. And of course, you guys would, well, I don't need to tell you guys drag racing stories, but how good Michelle Davies gets to see her boy, Gareth and Michelle get to see their boy finally licensed and get in the show. And Shane, you've been around this sport your whole life pretty well, so you must appreciate the history in that.
It is. It's to see all the youngsters coming up and driving these cars these days. It's just, yeah, it's incredible to see that they've been at the racetrack when they were little kids, sitting on the hill watching, us old timers now watch race. But yeah, to see them step up and jump in some of these cars, yeah, it's pretty cool.
If we reverse back to the last time I saw you behind the wheel of a hot rod, it was at Mildura before the monsoon rolled in, but you did number one qualify. We need to bring that back up just in case Phil Lamartina forgot. You had the blast top fuel car in the number one spot, mate.
Yeah, look, it was a shame that the heavens did open up that day because it was panning out to be a good weekend. But look, we'll see if again I'm in one of the hot rods again this weekend. It's not the blast car, but it's Rapisada car. So look, just yeah, fingers crossed we put on a good show for everyone that'll be heading out this weekend. I dare say, going off ticket sales, that'll be pretty cool, pretty packed hill. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
We recognised, at the Dragway at the Bend round, Sano Rapisada's induction into the Australian Motorsport Hall of Fame. Very emotional. It was cool to see, all the rappers around, everybody looking up at the screen, and obviously Sano could barely speak. It's still so incredibly raw for him. And Shane, you and Phil Reed, and all that era, the Louis era, everybody, all you guys kind of grew up around that same time in the sport.
Yeah, we did. It was we were just talking about it the other day. Actually, I just remember being sort of a little kid at Castlereagh when my dad was racing, and
Yeah.
obviously Dano was racing, and Jim and Graham and all those guys that we all looked up to. And yeah, just obviously, yeah, it's a shame. It's hard. It's very hard, but it's good that we're all out here still going.
Isn't it incredible to think Sando could have walked away from the sport and had every reason to do that? And obviously, the boys are not allowed to actually race, right? They're the ones that work on the tune of the cars. But boy, they're incredible tuners and engine builders between the pair of the boys, aren't they?
They are. They're very incredible individuals. Yeah, very intelligent. What they do in that shop on those cars is next level. Like we all sort of, do our things on our race cars, but they take it to the next level with a lot of things that they do. So, look, it's a privilege for me to come out and fly their flag again. It's always good to fly the RAI flag. So, yeah, like I said, we're just out here. We'll have a good weekend, and yeah.
So between obviously Santino and Junior, they're incredible capabilities with the race cars, but there's also the Gavinino Micros factor as well in there. There's a lot of very smart people in that team beyond those two boys, and they pull them all together. The idea of putting, at times, there's even been flirting with the idea of 5 cars at some point, Shane, which is just mind-bending to think by the time Britney gets to saddle up in the RAA car in about 2029. See what I did there? See what I did
Yeah,
there, Brett?
not bad.
But there is I don't think 3 cars means 3 times the amount of work. I think 3 cars means 4 times the amount of work.
It does. Yeah, exactly. It's more than 4 times the amount of work. Yeah, to possibly think that they were going to run 5 cars, or yeah, it's even 4 cars. 4 cars is it's just tough, very tough on the boys because they're that heavily invested in how these cars run that they want to be all over all 4 of them. So yeah, very tough on those boys for them to run a business as well as look after 4 cars. Hard work.
Shelley Burns has just tuned in, and I should reference Craig Burns here for a second because without Craig and without Wayne Newby, Brody Davies would not be in the field this weekend. I know that Noobs and Craig have worked extremely hard on getting some rear end geometry worked out with that Pennywise car. And the excitement in Brody's face today when I caught up and said, mate, you're a door slammer driver. What is the equivalent for you, Shane, with that? Because obviously you ran Outlaw Nitro Funny Cars as well. You've done a lot of racing across a number of categories. What was your, oh my God, moment when you very first did it? Was it fuel like you would think, obviously, or was it something else?
Look, I've been luckily enough to drive a lot of different cars, like you said. They all have a special part in my heart, I guess you could say. As far as funny cars are very cool, very, very cool to drive. I can't imagine what a big show funny car would be like to drive, but the acceleration and the speed of a top fuel dragster is just, that's something that you can never get used to. Yeah, as much as I try and tell people what it's like to drive one of those cars, you can never get across what it's actually like. So again, I'm just blessed, luckily enough, to have the opportunity to do it.
The amazing part about this event, and it always, hello, Brendan Costello, there's another lunatic.
Yeah.
It's always cool that when I think about you and the Nitro champs, I think about you winning in 2 places. I think about you starting in Sydney and winning in Heathcote. And that's pretty unique. I hope we don't do it this weekend. That is pretty unique. But it took you how many weeks to win 1 gold Christmas tree?
Yeah. Look, it was unfortunate what happened here at that event, but we went to Heathcote and I was luckily enough against Pete Zibras to take the win in a bit of a pedal fest. So it was pretty cool.
I'm not going to bring up Darwin because you never know.
Don't bring up Darwin.
No, I know. Phil might be watching.
Yeah.
I am going to bring it up. Let's talk about Britney. Let's talk about your beautiful daughter. And Britney, what is your earliest memory of drag racing?
Oh, I have quite a few. I think one of my earliest memories, and if my cousin's watching, she'll remember this. We used to sit up on the hill and watch the cars race, whether Dad was racing or not. And we used to have this little notepad, and we would write down every car pairing, like just based off color, because we were young, and we would go, oh, we think this one's going to win and this one's going to win, and we'd play a game like that. But like I remember watching like Fiona Crisp and Jess Turner race, and then like and just thinking so cool, like look at these girls race, and then I actually got to race them a few years later. So yeah, I think that was probably one of my first ones. A few others, coming to the big meetings with Dad and walking around and just being the little kid, and him getting stopped every 5 minutes in the pit area was so much fun. So not.
the way you said that was so much sarcasm. That wasn't even literally coded. Hello, Gareth Rogers. Always good to see Gareth Rogers. Hoping for a win, although Josh Lay did beat the Kiwi. Just going to put that out there in the first round of X-Pro by Aerofo Nitro Funny Car. So let's also put into that point that you've, Britney, grown up alongside a lot of the multi-generation races, and a really great example is Curtis Reed. And I really love the story between you and Curtis Reed in Supercharged Outlaw.
It is actually really cool. Where a couple of years ago we were able to do like a match race, and it was just, we'd both been knocked out in one of the New South Wales rounds, and we were like, should we do it, should we not? And we ended up doing it, and it was actually really special. My grandparents were there, and Jim was there, and Phil was there, Dad was there, and it was just one of those things you're like, this was cool. We're both racing rear-engine dragsters, both traveling similar speed, so it was sort of like, who's going to get it? And yeah, it's really cool. 2 years ago, I won the New South Wales Championship. Curtis won it last year. Yeah. So now we're both in it to win it this year, to see who will take it again. So let's see.
Really good news. Bree is going to bring the notebook tomorrow, she said. And I'm assuming the notebook is not the computer. It's literally I wonder if she's got the original. Would you have the original?
Probably not. Probably not.
Dang. Amazing when you think about the multi-generations, not far from you, pitted not far from you, are the Reed family. And when you think back to Steve and Debbie Reed and that incredible, and Jim before that, and now you've got Fiona, and now you've got the two girls as well. And I'm pretty sure the littlest Reed faced off against Luca Lamattina in the final of Junior Dragster at Dragway at the Bend.
They also had to face off each other to be able to get to the round two. So
you're not supposed to. Apparently, I'm not supposed to bring that up, but I'm glad that you did, Britney.
No, I saw them earlier, and they do such a good job. So go girls.
Sholiv, you and I have often talked about the pure beauty of drag racing. For me, is the family and the community. And as much as I don't like necessarily bringing this up, it's an important reminder that Sam Fenix really brought us together in a situation that I think made everybody stop and look around and go, how incredibly lucky are we to be around the people that we love? And I'm actually shooting this in the Fabietti Ranch at the moment. Morris and Mary are in there. I'm pretty sure Mary's cooking and Fab's just criticizing. That's the way it goes. But the community is what I love about this sport, Shane. It's the multi-generational family stuff.
It is. And you'll see that in all the pit areas here at the racetrack. You'll see all the families. That's not, and you're right. It's all about the family racing, I would never have thought that I would be here with my daughter racing a Supercharged Outlaw car. It's really cool. I hope we can continue to do it throughout the next few years. And I guess it's the same for all the others as well. So.
I think about Debbie O'Rourke and her contribution to racing at times. I think about Michelle Davies and her contribution to the sport as well. And what Lisa Gregorini is doing right now is going to be evidence tomorrow on Sunrise. But she went from racing nothing but driving a family Toyota Kluger to running a door slammer. Your little girl there with a big Gulf Western oil sticker on her car. What did you drive before you drove a dragster?
It was a big block front end, like altered. Sorry, altered. My little blue go-kart I had.
So no junior dragster for you. Dad, you roll up at home one day and Dad's got something on the trailer and you're like, what's that?
Yeah, actually, it was actually a really cool story. Was it Nitro Champs?
I think it was.
Yeah, Nitro Champs.
Your anniversary.
Yeah. many, many moons ago, and it was actually a surprise. I had no idea for the life of me that it was going to happen. Mr. Justin Walsh was roped into helping as well, and he brought the car here without
What a
me
character.
knowing. Dad picked me up after I think I went to uni that day, and just drove in like normal. We were just here like a normal day, and then we pulled up, and he was acting weird, and I'm like, okay. And the car was sitting on the tailgate, but I didn't recognize it, and he had my name stick it on the side, and yeah, I think that will always be a choking moment for me, because it just was, yeah, everyone was
disbelief.
Yeah, I think I couldn't speak for like 6 hours, I think. So, yeah, and then we got it going from there, and then we got this one.
How does mum factor in all this? Because Shane, obviously, you talked very, very carefully through this with Brittany's mum before you suddenly presented a hot rod on the trailer at home. Clearly, you've valued your life enough to involve her in this discussion.
Yeah. Luckily enough, she was all cool with it, and she was good to she was happy to see Brittany race. There were a lot of nervous moments there early on with the altered when we first got that, and same like I still remember now going out for her first licensing pass in a big block altered that runs 760s, and I'm like, what am I doing to my little girl? This is crazy. But she did it. She listened, and she done a great job. And who would have thought, however many years later, 5, whatever it was, that we were luckily enough to run pro alcohol with this car with a lot of help from A Civil and a few other people. We got to participate in pro alcohol, and she ran 571 in this car, 571. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, again, to watch your little girl run a 5-second pass in an alcohol car is pretty cool.
It's a good place to mention NASA Matter at this point. NASA's contribution to drag racing on a visible level is here. On an invisible level is probably here, because he supports so many initiatives and so many people. He stepped in as the chairman of Door Slammer for this year. There's a massive big marquee next to the Gregorinis that's going to be filled with meat, as you guys like. It's the full.
We'll smell it from here.
Yeah, he's already cooking up to get things ready for tomorrow, and he's making sure that Lisa's car gets down to Sunrise tomorrow in time for 8:50, along with Fabs with the AC Delco car with Brody Zapier and the cash cow and everything. But it's those families that just tip in, Shane. Yeah. And you spent a fair bit of time trying to get the boys up to speed as well with their period in this situation, didn't you?
Yeah, look, great family. Like you said, they're heavily invested in the sport. They want to see the sport grow, like we all do. So yeah, they've come a long way, and to see what they're doing today, like Sal in that Mustang, that's a fast car. Ronnie's doing really well in the 37. There's a couple of other cars there that the other two boys will end up driving, and it'll be a pretty good show to sit back and watch them in years to come.
I was talking to Mary Fabietti before, who, as you would remember, worked at Sydney Dragway for a number of years in the early period of that. So when you talk about Castlereagh, where your dad raced, which morphed into Sydney Dragway, which is now, coming up on that 25-year mark, and that amazing era that it's become. And now these multi-generation kids are coming through. For you as well, Britt, there's a couple other girls in the Rapisada team that go pretty hard in drag racing as well, in Jess and Brooke. Explain how that all works, because there's 3 of you effectively with dads all involved in separate fuel cars.
Yeah, so we've actually, it's 3 fuel car dragsters, and then there's 3 girls in dragsters, and each one is connected to a different car technically. So I'm connected to Dad's car, Brooke's connected to Junior's, which is Damo's car, and then Jess is connected with Tino's, which is Wayne's car. So, which is cool. We're all racing, rear engine things, and Brooke and I are very similar colors, so that's pretty cool. And so we were joking about, trying to bring home all the golds this weekend, but 2 of them will have to fight off. So, the fuelers and the girls.
I noticed today when you go through the grid, the lanes to go through under the tunnel to line, all the track champions are on the left-hand side of the wall. And I thought that's a bit of motivation when you look up and you go, my name's not up there. But I did notice, I think there's a girl up there with a dog.
Jess.
And that's Jess. I was like, that's super cool. She's got a dog in the picture. What the hell?
Little Nala, that's their child. That's Santino and Jess's child, little Nala.
I'm so
Beautiful
glad
little
she's
dog.
up on that wall.
Yeah.
The cutest.
At
Pretty
which
cool.
at which point do we bring up the four-cylinder Olive? I feel like there's no good time to do this, so we might as well just get it out of the way now. Mia is she had a chance to do this, but no, she likes doing this in four cylinders and she got the big eyelashes.
Yeah.
Mia's passion, your other daughter, she's not a drag racer, but she appreciates it, I feel, Brittany. I think she
Yes,
loves
she
supporting what
does.
you both do, but she's into drifting in four-cylinder cars, yeah?
Yeah, I think maybe, I don't know, maybe driving in a straight line's boring to her. I'm not really sure, but I think, you know, we took her for a drift experience and things, and she just loved it. So
Yeah.
I think with a bit of time and a bit of money and a bit of means, then, you know, she might get into that path and go that way. But she's just, currently busy working and things. She'll be here this weekend helping out me, which is really good considering I won't have him with me. And
Yeah.
I'm
She's
trading
across,
Olive.
she's across the other side where Sydney Motorsport Park, where they make all the smoke.
Yeah. Yeah.
It would be easy to suggest, and it happens in Speedway a lot too, Shane, where everyone goes, "Oh, how much is involved in that? You're just going around in circles." People, I'm sure, say the same thing about drag racing. Outside of the drag racing, it's just going a straight line. How hard can it be? Britt, if I go back to you at the Winter Nationals only last year, and you were at a point where you were really in your own head, can I even drive this anymore? Like you were really in I think it's just a mentally challenging confidence space. Charlotte, do you relate to that as well? You just have to drive yourself out of it. She's always driven the car. She knows how to drive the car, but there was a point there, I think at Winters in particular, after the nitros last time, you were feeling like, do I know what to do anymore? How important, Shane, is confidence?
It's very important. It's hard to, and I've sort of steered away from. Brittany will always ask me, what have you done to the car? What have you changed? So it's gotten to a point now I don't tell her anything. I just say it's the same as it was last time, because I found that I would tell her what I've done, or it might do this or it might do that, and she'd react to it before it did happen.
Yeah.
So it's more, it's a lot in the head, psychological stuff probably, but you just got to get in it and drive these things. You can't think about you can think about what you're doing, but you just got to get in it and drive it.
Yeah.
Salem Matter is tuned in at the moment. He's saying, "I love Shane Olive." He's also saying, I'm too scared to read this out. It's either a Lebanese word or it's it's an abbreviation for something, and I shouldn't read it out. He's asking me then it's AGYS. Is it AGs? Should I not be saying this?
RGs. Any
Right.
RGs?
What is that?
Well, just someone should write back to him, say if he's not here within half an hour with the RG, there's going to be dramas.
Is that like the shish?
Correct.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Good to know. I was really worried what I was reading out there, Britt.
You're like, I don't know what that's meant to say. Yeah,
No.
I can see how looks funny now.
Okay, so the shish, because the boys. So one thing about it is NASA's always got the coffee. Melissa cooks the coffee, literally cooks it like on the flame in the little Lebanese jug, and then there's so much bacon and sausages and egg. Come on, eat. And then the soft serve machine, which is in the Gregorini's truck now as well. So anyway, it's all about that. Tomorrow morning, by the way, sunrise, 8:50 a.m. We're going to be on there firing up door slam. It's going to be super cool. All right, Brittany, Gulf Western Oil Nitro Champs. Big GW logo there on your race car. They did a beautiful post on you at the factory the other day. What did you actually do? Did you drive a forklift? I didn't really see.
No, I was not allowed to, unfortunately. And they don't want someone uncoordinated like me doing that. So, but no, it was really cool. The family that I now have at Gulf Western, they're just such wonderful people. They're all going to be here tomorrow and the whole weekend, obviously. But yeah, I got a tour. We've had quite a few tours of Gulf Western themselves and being able to see the production and the amazing work that they've put in there. And just the scale and the volume that they have in just one place is unreal. And yeah, it's pretty cool. So we've been able to do a photo shoot with the car on the racetrack.
Yeah.
Which was really cool. And I think, we're proud to have them on the side of the car. And I think hopefully it should be a good weekend given, how many people are here.
I'm always nervous when my memory gets involved in things, but I'm pretty sure the Sainty family had a great relationship with them back in the day.
Correct.
Thank God. And for some reason, it's not related, but it is. But when I think back that era, I think about the quarter mile smile. I think about Bobby Shepherd. It was an absolute right. What a great character of our sport. When you look
Yes.
back to those
With the
people, Sholem,
family as well in Supercharged Outlaws this weekend. So
how good's that?
it sort of comes all full circle. We raced Chris Denny, which is Amanda Shepherd, Amanda Denny, and it's like they're one of our favorite families to verse and hang out with. So and you get to see Bob, and I remember seeing Bob when I was like 5, and yeah.
Did you have to say that, Sholem? Did she? Can you teach the woman some respect? There
Uh,
are older people here talking.
You're not old.
Thank you. I'm going to take that. How many times do you run tomorrow? Have you got any runs tomorrow? I haven't seen the schedule yet from your pool. 3 times.
Three qualifiers tomorrow, and then eliminations start fantastically in between the middle of his round. So we'll be running around like chooks with no heads, but we will do it. So
You've got an exhibition tomorrow, Sholov, don't you? Is that a chance to
got
have
an
a skid?
exhibition run at 4 p.m.
Yep.
Where all 3 RAI cars will make a test lap. So we're hoping to learn a few things from that. We've changed a few things on the C car, we'll call it, and Junior's changed a couple of things on his car as well. We'll just use that as a test lap for Saturday.
Saturday at 11:10 a.m., the Door Slammer Fire Up is going on too, the collective fire up of all the cars all at once, which was phenomenal at Dragway at the Bend. Pro Stock are doing a really cool initiative for breast cancer. I know that the Politos and everybody are fully involved in making their pink shirts for Pro Stock as well. So there's such a great community, a lot of different initiatives, Brittany, all going on all at once this weekend.
It's absolutely amazing, and I think what the Pro Stock team and the whole collective are doing is very important. It's very important to share, and it's just for such a great cause. I don't want to get upset about it, but I think it's just it's very honourable to watch them do that as a whole collective, and it's going to be really exciting to see them do that on this weekend. And it is cool, every nook and cranny of the pit area here at the moment's got something little happening, or a little here, or a startup here, and it's just one of those things that makes this event what it will be. So
when I tell people, if you're going to be coming for the first time, if you've never seen this, I think you walk in, you go, oh, there's a seat, I'll sit in that seat, and you plant yourself down, you stay there. I would say don't do that. I would say sit at the start line. The next run, go half track down and sit there, and then go down on the lawn where the kangaroos are and watch you guys at the very end, because the shock and awe of the noise, Shane, when fuel leaves in particular at the start line is mind-blowing. But when you're down at the deep end, when you guys come through, that's where you get more of a concept of that speed.
Yeah, it is actually. You're right. And being down that far, you can actually see the cars leave before you hear them. It's quite weird. But look, I agree with you. You need to get a position on the start line for one run.
Yeah,
maybe half track, and on the finish line. Try and experience the car in all 3 places going down the racetrack will be cool.
So coming into this particular event, Brett, how many passes have you had in 2026 per se coming into this weekend?
Goodness. What are we up to? Round 2, 3? I think we've had maybe, I'm going to say between 10 and 12 maybe passes for this year.
Yep.
2 meetings so far. The last one we actually won, which was really cool. So we've got 1 winner's trophy for the championship this year so far. And the car ran just consistently the whole weekend. So we were really thrilled about that coming into this meeting. Hopefully, fingers crossed, momentum stays the same. But we're just looking for a good weekend. This is a pretty important weekend for the 2 of us. It is our first event in both of our racing careers that we've raced at the same time.
Wow.
So
which is cool.
Yeah, which is it's stressful, it's nerve-wracking, but once it's done, I think we're going to look back and go, this was cool.
Spare a thought for mum at this point. We're all going, oh, it's going to be really stressful. And what about your poor mum? My God.
My mum's heart's probably in the floor.
Yeah.
No, but we've got lots of family support coming this weekend. I think they are all very excited, all very nervous, but this is what we love to do, and that's what they love to come support us in. So And it's just, we're just lucky that, I get to race this wonderful car that we've put together, and Dad gets to race in Top Fuel, which is something he's always dreamed of competing in. I think that's what makes it special. I think, when you see that those dreams that you've had for so long start to slowly become true, I'm going to get upset. But it's awesome to watch.
Charlotte, are you surprised how emotional that makes her thinking about this?
I am actually, yeah. Yeah, because I just think of all the work and stuff. She's the emotional type. I think of all the other stuff.
He's just a loser.
Yeah. But no, look, it is good. I am excited that we both get to race at this event. I just plan or hope that we both have a good weekend, and yeah.
I'm just hoping for a safe weekend.
Yeah, safe weekend, and yeah. And that all the other races have the same.
You know one of the things that really, it caught me off guard, but it didn't. Talking at the Winters with Noobs when he was right at the precipice of maybe winning the Stan Sainty. And I said to him, what would it mean to you to win the Stan Sainty Cup? And the tears just rolled down his face.
Yeah.
And that I think there's that brutal competition that you guys have where you're trying to get to the other end at 367, if that's, somewhere in the mark and that sort of stuff to beat that ET. But ultimately, the friendship and that lifelong friendship that Wayne Newby and Julie Sainty at the time / Julie Reed had is still so raw and so real. So when someone like Britney gets upset and gets emotional about it, I understand, because I know how much it means to you all to continue that lineage.
Yeah. Wayne was very emotional, and he'd grown up with Terry and Stan and the boat scene, and like that. There's a long history there with Wayne, and it was good to see him at the end of that meeting hold that trophy. It was pretty special.
Well, it was nice of him to stand up on the orange bunting, and everyone had to look up to him for a change, which I think has never happened for him. Look,
Wayne needs a big shout out from pretty much everyone in this entire pit area. Without Wayne, he's a guy that would drop anything at the drop of a hat to help anyone out here this weekend get their car on the racetrack. And I take my hat off to Wayne, because again, he just does so much for everything. And Newbie Engineering,
thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, his dad, I know his dad has a huge impact on, and his lineage through his dad's racing with the boats and stuff with Stan back in the day as well. I love this sport. I love you guys. I love this family. I love the people, the Fabiettis that are in the kitchen here at the moment. I love all the funny car, Top Fuel, Pro Stock motorcycle, Top Fuel motorcycle, Door Slammer. It's our church, and it's a phenomenal community.
It is such a small community at the end of the day. Drag racing, as much as it's, there's so many people involved, but really it's a very small community.
So I'm looking forward to giving the cash cow a hug tomorrow. Now, just to clarify, I mean the Sunrise one, not Andy Lopez. Very different cash cow. I just want to put that out there. Looking forward to seeing you. That's the end of my job. I won't be showing up tomorrow.
Yes.
You're like, dear.
Got to go. See you tomorrow. Good luck tomorrow, Brick. Kick some A55 for Gulf Western Oil. It's always great to see you, love. I'm looking forward to seeing the little 4-cylinder version of the Sholov as well. Good luck to Mum. Good luck to you tomorrow in the Blast Top Fuel Australian Championship, Sholov. Looking forward to you running and sailing up with the Rapper boys as always. It's the Blast Championship. I knew where I was going with that.
Yes.
I knew where I was going.
I'm like, no, I'm not in that car.
I know. Although it did look tough. See you tomorrow. Nitro Champs kicks off tomorrow thanks to Gulf Western Oil. 8:50 in the morning if you can tune in and watch Sunrise on 7. That's going to be super cool. And then Saturday and Sunday, we have at it with qualifying and then the all-run format on Sunday. I think this might be the biggest Nitro Champs ever. Can't wait to see you guys. Get some sleep tonight, and thanks for your time on the deep end, you guys.
Thank you, Wade.
Bye,
everybody.
Always good to see Sholov and his lovely daughter, Brittany, who's going to kick some butt tomorrow as well. We will see you at Sydney Dragway tomorrow. If you can get there tomorrow, if not, Saturday and Sunday. Going to be a massive event. Thanks to Gulf Western Oil. Get around Sunrise tomorrow. Stay safe. See you at the track. Can't wait.